everyone, welcome back to Open Here with me, Enby Andy, and welcome back to the latest episode. It's been a while since I did my last one, and a lot has changed, a lot has happened since then, and I've received some questions from people, and we'll go through the questions as usual. As ever, this is a safe space for people to put forth questions about being queer, about being non-binary, about gender identity, and it's a place where I will answer them open and honestly and give people the benefit of the doubt. So, 3 questions as per usual. The first question we have today was something I overheard in my workplace, and this was, aren't all these labels / extra communities more divisive than inclusive? And then I was asked on Instagram, how did the house move go? And then finally, what kind of clothing inspires me? So let's go through them. First of all, again, what I overheard at work on a conference call, aren't all these labels, extra communities, more divisive than inclusive? First of all, no. It's not about being exclusive, it's not about being divisive, it's not about breaking up communities and making things more, it's about inclusivity. So the question was raised at work on a conference call anonymously, and someone basically wanting to know why we have all these extra labels, why we have all these extra different kind of community groups for minorities. And their belief was, by doing it, it's breaking up people into different groups and it's less inclusive. I don't believe that's the case in the slightest. I don't think you'll find any person who belongs to a minority will agree with that at all. The reason being that it's, if you are part of a minority, and I belong to a few different minority groups now, it's confident, it makes you feel safe, it makes you feel welcome and not alone, to know that there are groups out there for you, for people like you, and that the groups care for you and are there to listen to any kind of stresses you have, any kind of issues or any challenges that you're facing. So for example, at work, there is a trans plus group, there's the LGBTQ plus group as a whole, there's a B group, there's a G group, an L group, there's different groups and different communities for different parts of the LGBTQ plus community. Yes, it's breaking up into different things, and this person thinks that we're more fragmented because of that, but it isn't so. If you have just one big group and nothing else, no other little groups covering the specifics, how hard is it to make your voice heard within the wider community? Extremely. So if you've got an issue which is down to being a gender identity issue, if you've got an issue about being gay, if you've got an issue about being lesbian or trans, isn't it better to be heard in a small forum which then can be raised higher if needs be? I believe that's the case. And I think it's much more inclusive for the people like myself to have our own groups where we can raise those as a safe space without fear, because we know that we're all pretty similar, because we all belong to those groups. It's not breaking up communities, it's not breaking up society, it's giving people more representation, and that's what we need. So we're not just, for example, if we didn't have these groups, we'd be fighting against cis white men, for the most part, because that's what most companies are. We need representation, we need our own safe spaces, and that's what those things are. So I do completely disagree. I believe it's more inclusive to have our little clubs and our little groups where we can be safe and speak freely without any kind of fear. The second question I got was, how did the move go? So if you don't know me, I have recently moved house. So I was, after the separation with my wife, I had to move fairly swiftly, and I moved into a house share. All my stuff was in one room, it wasn't very big, it wasn't very ideal for the kids. Had to walk on eggshells when the kids were around because other people were there, and it just never felt very comfortable. Now I have my own flat. It's a 1-bed flat. It's brilliant though. It's big. It's amazing. I mean, the move itself, very hard. I walked 9.5 miles that day, most of it up and down 3 stories in both places, carrying boxes. So I was absolutely knackered for about a week afterwards. I'm not very fit, as you may see, but it was worth it. I've unpacked everything. It's all settled. I'm all moved in. There's a few things I need still. I mean, I need to get a Hoover. I need to get another set of shelves. There's a few things for the kitchen I need. And yeah, I still haven't done. I need to do the dishes this morning, but that can wait. But all in all, it's a massive thing. It's massively improved my mental health. I wasn't feeling too bad, but now I've got my own space and I'm beginning to feel a bit more like an adult again, and I can be free to do what I want in my own space without worrying about other people. It's brilliant. The kids are much happier. They've got places for their toys. They can run around. They can wake up. They can make a bit of noise without worrying about the effects on other people. So yeah, the movie's gone brilliant. It's amazing. So yeah, thank you for that. And then the final question I got asked was what clothing inspires me. Now this is where labels I fall down at. Although I wear feminine clothing, I'm not too great at knowing what the labels or what each thing's called. But I would probably go down the cottagecore lesbian route in terms of the kind of clothing which I aspire to have. Kind of hot librarian feels, office worker feels. So that kind of thing. I mean, I'll show a few kind of images of the kind of clothes I wear at the moment. And it's one of the things I haven't had yet. Has been quite a luxury. I've been working from home. I worked from home 3 days a week before the pandemic, but now since the pandemic I'm permanently working from home, which means I've not had to go into an office space as my true feminine self. And yeah, so that's a bit of an issue. I've got to start getting a bit more formal wear, and it's a whole nother worry about going into an office as me and wondering what the reaction is going to be. And I say that because I am being made redundant. I'll be made redundant at the end of May, so I need to start looking for a new job. And whether that'll be work from home permanently or whether that'll be in an office, who knows? Watch this space. So yeah, clothing. I wear what I wear. I'm quite a larger person. I normally go for like size 20, size 22. I try and get most of my clothing from charity shops these days, just to, one, it's cheaper, and two, the environmental impact. I think I mentioned when I first came out, I shopped a lot from kind of discount, fast fashion, online clothing, and I didn't realise the impact that was having, and I didn't realise the impact on things like child labour. So yeah, I try and be a bit more open about what I buy, a bit more honest and a bit more careful. Still things like Lucy and Yak, I will buy new if I can, every now and then when I want to treat myself. And it's just about trying to find the right style for me. I haven't got much of a bust, so it's all about finding the right clothing which accentuates what I have and makes me feel like £1,000. One thing I did recently on my Instagram, if you do follow me, on Valentine's Day a few days ago, was to do a body positive post. And it was kind of body positive, queer positive. We don't see many non-binary people who were assigned male at birth really kind of do body positive stuff or things like that. So I really wanted to do a kind of love letter to myself with a post on Instagram, and it was to show that you can be fat, you can be femme, non-binary, assigned male at birth, and still be sexy. And the response I got on there was absolutely outstanding. It boosted my confidence massively. And it kind of shows that, yeah, I wear lingerie. It really helps my kind of feminine feeling. And that I feel really hot on this, and I got a response that some people think I do as well. So that was quite nice. So yeah, clothing, I'll wear what I feel makes me feel good. So yeah, I obviously need to start looking to spring summer wear. It's getting to that time, although right now it's still bloody freezing. I need to update my wardrobe soon, and we'll see what I can get. So those are the questions. As usual, this is where I open the floor for you to send in any questions that you may have regarding being queer, pansexual, non-binary, gender identities, etc. It's a safe space. If you've got a question where you feel that you wouldn't be able to ask someone in person, reach out to me, ask the question. I'm sure I'll be able to help, or at the very least guide you somewhere other place which may be able to answer the question in a better manner. Please make sure you like, share and subscribe to videos to make sure we reach out to a bigger audience. These videos are important. I do get messages from people saying I've helped them quite a lot. If we can reach more people, the more people we can help. In the meantime, thank you very much for tuning back in and watching. Stay safe and stay friendly, and I will catch you next time. Take care.